Ah, there you are! Good evening and welcome to the mystery of Edwin Drood. My name is Mr. William Cartwright, and as your chairman, it will be my pleasure to guide you through what is certainly the greatest unsolved mystery novel of our time, The Mystery of Edwin Drood. We have a fully trained orchestra under the cryptic baton of Mr. Thomas Purcell, and a fully trained cast. And here they are! What's a king without his crown? Take away his throne and gown. He could be the rebel or the Russian Tsar. Judge each creature of our race by each feature in his face. Just look at him, I rest my case, well there you are. And it matters not to me what part of town you come from. We but you've made it here at all. Here within this garish parish called the music hall. And there you are! How very glad we are that there you are. It isn't who you are, but where you are. And there you are. And grateful are we to see how high and there you are. There you are! Angela, my dear, are you out there?
Why, yes, I'm finally walking down the aisle, Bill.
Ah, there you are! And who's that with you then?
With a gent who seems singularly bent on attacking both his hands to both my knees.
Alice!
I'm considering the lap of a roasting dating snap, and I'll let him do exactly as I please.
Clyde!
The lady down in front is handing me her latchkey. Surely she must know that's well to do.
Deirdre! There you are! How disengaged, Devon, there you are! Just like the best of best is where you are! Yes, there you are! That grateful we all should be who and where we are! So lightning quick, let's all kick up a fuss! We cannot pray of us blinding us! So drink your fill and just unwinding us! Oh, only wicked brave reminding us! You're finding us! We want you and not our love. We care for where you've been, and not to talk. We care how you got in. We must tell us there you are. Damn it, there you are. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Good evening and welcome, a very warm welcome to all of you on this most thrilling of evenings here at the Music Hall Royale. Tonight we have the privilege of presenting for your approval the premiere performance of The Mystery of Edwin Drood. This being a musicale with dramatic interludes. Now, as many of you are no doubt already aware, our own Mr. Charles Dickens was full halfway through the creation of the greatest mystery novel of our time when he committed the one ungenerous deed of his noble career. He died, leaving behind not the slightest hint as to the outcome he had intended for his bizarre and uncompleted puzzle, The Mystery of Edwin Drood. Tonight, however, ladies and gentlemen, when together we reach that point in our story beyond which Charles Dickens wrote no more, I shall be asking you to vote upon key questions regarding the outcome of our plot. Our company will then make its most earnest effort to meet this supreme challenge, to contrive an ending in accordance with your specifications. So let's all be as vulgar and uncivilized as is legally possible. Kick off your boots, loosen your corsets, and enjoy yourselves. Thank you. So by all means, let us proceed with this evening's bill of fare. For the first time ever, and at long last, the completed musical rendition of The Mystery of Edwin Drood. the ancient, smouldering cathedral city of Cloister. Not a particularly encouraging setting for the Christmas season now upon us. A wintry shudder goes through the giant elms as they shed a gush of tears. And here we are, in the home of Mr. John Jasper, choir master of Cloister and Cathedral. Choir master, organist, composer, and vocal instructor, John Jasper is blessed with a voice the angels themselves might envy. And who, dear ladies and gentlemen, more suited to essay the role of Mr. John Jasper than that gifted vocalist himself, Mr. Clive Paget? John Jasper eagerly awaits the arrival of his beloved nephew and the title character of this evening's diversion, young Edwin Drood.
Hello, Uncle.
Why, there's the lad now.
Oh, my dear Uncle.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, your eyes do not deceive you. David Hayes of male impersonation are more used to seeing Miss Nutting in top hat and tails. But tonight she hides her distinctive form beneath the garb of young Edwin Drood. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest artiste this evening and London's leading male impersonator, Miss Alice Nutting.
Any dinner, Uncle?
You forget, Ned, that uncle and nephew are words prohibited here by express agreement.
Oh, of course you're right, John. After all, we do only have a half-dozen years or so between our ages. Hello, Jack. Don't drink yet. I must propose a toast.
A toast to what, Ned?
He asks to what? To Rosa.
Rosa.
To the fair Miss Rosa Budd. Surely you've not forgotten that Rosa and I are soon to be wed.
It has not quite slipped my mind.
Yes, a tedious ceremony in your creaking cathedral, John. Then off with my wonderfully pretty child ride to dusty Egypt, where I intend to shake things up a bit.
It is certain, then. Egypt seems a desperate great distance.
Indeed it is, John. This portrait of Rosa is not one of my better efforts, Jack, and yet you choose to hang it here. In heaven's name, why?
Because it reminds me of you, Ned, and of the happiness I wish you and Rosa.
Oh, I'm sure we'll be quite happy. Though our courtship suffers from an unavoidable flatness, owing to the fact that my dead and gone father and her dead and gone father had as good as married us at birth. Why the devil couldn't they have left us alone?
Tut, tut, dear boy.
Tut, tut. Yes, it is all very well for you, Jack. You have the freedom to love whomsoever you choose.
Don't stop, dear fellow. Do go on.
Have I hurt your feelings, John?
Well, how could you have hurt my feelings?
Oh, good heavens, Jack, you look frightfully ill. There's a strange film come over your eyes.
I have been taking medicine for a pain, an agony that overcomes me. I have been forced of late to seek treatment in London, but fear not, the effects will soon be gone.
Oh, my dear uncle.
Then take it as a warning. And Edwin, Ned, this is a confidence between us.
It shall be sacredly preserved, John.
I have confided in you because...
Because we are fast friends, and because you love and trust me as I love and trust you. Both hands, Jack! My dearest Uncle Jack.
My dearest nephew Ned. A life without your friendship would be life as good as dead. The winds of hell may blow, but as you well may know, I'd heed your call, no need too small and face the fires below. For you, for you. To kinsmen more than brothers, we know no next of kin, and yet we know no others closer neath the skin. The blood that flows between us, the bonds that tie us twain, to kinsmen when all others flee, then we refrain. My dearest nephew Ned,
my dearest Uncle Jack, if men say words against you, I would make them take them back. A loyal lad am I, who would be but glad to die, if by my death one extra breath of life for you I buy. 'Tis true,
'tis true, for you, to kinsmen more than brothers, we know no next of kin, and yet we know no others closer neath the skin. The blood that flows between us, the
Alice Nutting and Mr. Clive Paget, ladies and gentlemen. I trust the moderation of your applause merely means you're conserving your energies for the final curtain. But to continue our story, young Edwin Drood is visiting Cloisterham to pay his regards to his bride-to-be, the fair Miss Rosa Budd, who, like Drood, is an orphan. Rosa resides at Cloisterham's most respectable seminary for young ladies, aptly, if not correctly named, the Nun's House. And in the part of Rosa Budd this evening, that most delicate of English roses, that blossoming bud who has even yet to be plucked, the unspeakably lovely Deirdre Peregrine.
Rosa, the happiest of birthdays to you. I only pray that I may be able to say these words on each of your birthdays.
I fear that is not likely, since, as you know, your own nephew Edwin and I will be departing for Egypt once we are married.
It was only a wish, Rosa. How lovely you look tonight. I have awaited your birthday with eagerness.
Eagerness, Mr. Jasper?
Yes, your voice will not be as subject to the fluctuations of adolescence. And in what condition is your voice today, my dearest student?
Well, as my tutor, perhaps that question shall best be answered by you, Jack. Shall I sing the Mozart?
No, I have composed a song especially for you on the occasion of your birthday. A choir master's pay being what it is, my life's blood is the most I can afford to offer.
Sir, Mr. Jasper, I cannot sing these words. It will not be proper.
Why, whatever can you mean?
I am not worthy of it.
As your music master, that should be my decision. From the beginning, please.
Between the very dead of night and day, upon a steely sheet of light, I lay, and in the moonfall I'll give myself to you. I'll bathe
That was lovely, Rosa.
Thank you, sir.
But lovely will not do. When you sing these words, you must make me feel you mean them. Once again, if you please.
Between the very dead of night and day, upon a Oh, I can't bear this. I'm frightened.
It's nothing. It's all over. Don't speak to her for a minute and she'll be well.
She's not used to an audience. And besides, Mr. Jasper, you are such a conscientious master that I believe you make her afraid of you. No wonder.
No wonder.
You would be afraid of Mr. Jasper under similar circumstances, wouldn't you, Miss Landless?
Not under any circumstance.
Ladies and gentlemen, our own fiery spirit, the unpredictable Miss Janet Conover.
Good afternoon, Reverend Crisparkle.
Good afternoon, Mr. Jasper. And allow me to introduce young Neville Landless. He and his twin sister Helena have just arrived from Ceylon, where they no longer have any family. Neville has been entrusted to my care, and Helena shall be staying here at the nun's house.
Welcome to Cloisterum, Mr. Landless.
I'm afraid young Master Neville has been handed over to me to calm his rather hot-tempered nature and to help him begin a new life for himself here in Cloisterum.
You and your sister lost your parents recently, Mr. Landless?
Their mother died when they were very young. Now their stepfather has crossed over as well.
I'm most sorry.
There is no need for you bright gentlemen to console me. As it happens, it was well my stepfather died when he did, or I might have killed him.
The newest member of our company, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Victor Grinstead.
I surprise you, sir?
You shock me, unspeakably shock me.
You never saw him beat my sister. My stepfather was a brute, Mr. Jasper. In desperation, Helena tried on more than one occasion to flee his cruel and miserly hand, even disguising herself as a boy. But to no avail. As for myself, I've had from my earliest remembrances to subdue a bitter and deadly hatred, which has made me secret and revengeful.
I say.
However, sir, your kindness and goodwill have deeply moved me. I pledge now to change my ill-tempered ways and break new ground for myself.
There's the lad. He'll soon fit in, Mr. Jasper.
Your pupil, Mr. Jasper, sings beautifully.
Thank you.
Your efforts have not been without success.
I trust so, Mr. Landless.
And may I inquire if your relationship extends beyond that of pupil and master?
Oh, heavens no, Neville. Miss Rosabud is betrothed to young Edwin Drood, Mr. Jasper's nephew.
You would do well to cast your eyes and interests in other directions, sir.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Jasper?
No pardon is necessary. However, I must be off. Choir practice, I fear. I wish you well in your new life, Mr. Landless.
Thank you. Thank you indeed, Mr. Jasper. I trust we shall meet again. And I would like to meet this Drood character and see what sort of man is worthy of the affection of Miss Budd.
Steady, lad. Steady.
You are feeling better now, aren't you?
Oh, much, thank you.
These surroundings, which may seem very secure to you, are new and unsettling to me. You will be my friend, won't you?
I will be as good a friend to you as such a mighty thing can be, to such a handsome and womanly creature as you.
Who is Mr. Jasper?
My Edwin's uncle, and my music master.
You know that he loves you.
Oh, don't. He terrifies me. I feel I'm never safe from him. He has made a slave of me with his looks. Forced me to keep silent without uttering a single threat.
What is it you fear, pretty one?
I fear the moonfall. I fear the night sky.
Step from the chaste sanctity of the nun's house and travel, for reasons which will soon become clear, to the wickedest corner of the wickedest hole in the fabric of the city of London. Below the streets and beneath contempt lies the opium den of the Princess Puffer. Here the universal tongue of opium is spoken, with its sub-dialects of prostitution, burglary, violence for profit, and murder. And reigning supreme over this blemish on England's fair complexion is the Princess Puffer, who ministrates to her clients' needs and who hears more than she tells, portrayed this evening by the grande dame of the Music Hall Royale, the Queen Mother of the Red Light District, that good woman of ill repute, your very own and beloved Miss Angela Prysock.
Rhyme don't pay, that's what I tells them. If it did, would I be here mixing pipes? What then I'll sell them for a pint of rotten beer. Throats you cut, 2 pocket thruppence, so you sluts took up some sleep. Bash a face for bleeding tuppence, pure disgrace to work so cheap. So I says, don't be a sinner for the price of London gin. You can't pay for 1 square dinner with the wages of sin. Tell me so. Oh, love, come off it. Who would buy this sack of skin? On the whole, there ain't much profit in the wages of sin. In the wages of sin. In the wages of sin. I've seen girls from gutter families trap rich men with fluttery ways. They say, oh love, pass the jam please, over nuptial breakfast trays. Over here in bed 11 sleeps a bleeding hypocrite, spends his days eyes cast to heaven, spends his nights amongst this shit. Oh, I do beg your pardon, I'm sure. Well, that's why I says, don't take half measures, do things right and dig right in. In this world, there's better treasures than the wages of sin. I get stressed, seldom offers. If I did, I'd pack it in. You can't fill too many coffers with the wages of sin. Oh, come on. Give your old love some help with the last line then, eh? With the
the meanest room in London. But as the light of day steals into the room, would not the parishioners of Cloisterham be astounded to see, in bed 11, the goodly choir master of Cloisterham Cathedral, Mr. John Jasper?
Woman, I need more laudanum wine. My cask is only half finished, and your medicine is less potent than usual.
Laudanum? So you're mixing opium with the wine these days. I'll fix it for you now.
Yes, before I can get to the changes of colors and great landscapes, I must be rid of him.
Who?
Him!
God spare you. There's no one there.
There he is. And there I am.
Yes, of course. Now be still and have yourself a pleasant journey. What did you say? Did you say Rosa Bud?
I can't seem to recall what I said. Could you direct me to the railway station? I seem to be lost.
5 and threepence you owes me.
That seems a large sum for a small courtesy. However, if you are that needy... And the railway station?
The nearest is in Aldgate, 10 minutes of a walk away from the river.
I thank you. Incredible.
Who are you, then? And what are you?
I wonder how many of you noticed that meaningful statement. That sounded suspiciously like a clue to me. Might we have the game, my dear? Yes, once more, please.
Who are you, then? And what are you?
What indeed? But as we return to less sordid surroundings, we meet with Cloisterham's leading citizen, Mayor Thomas Sapsey. Mayor Thomas Sapsey. Oh dear. Ladies and gentlemen, we seem to have a bit of trouble with... Really? With a sack of what? Well, it's unacceptable, isn't it? But you'll notice once again who gets saddled with the... Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, your kind indulgence for a short announcement. The part of Mayor Thomas Sapsey will not, I repeat, will not be taken tonight by Mr. James Hitchens, as is stated in your programs. Mr. Hitchens, as many of you are no doubt already aware, has tended to appear more frequently at the bar in the rear than up here in front of the footlights. And so it will come as no surprise to our regulars that Mr. Hitchens is, once again, massively indisposed, due to injuries he received while fighting for a lady's honor. Apparently the lady wished to keep it. And so, dear friends, the part of Mayor Thomas Sapsey will be taken tonight by your own humble chairman and obedient servant. I refer, of course, ladies and gentlemen, to myself, Mr. William Cartwright. I hope this last-minute substitution meets with your approval. And might add, it's more your luck than mine.
Good afternoon, Mayor Sapsy.
Good afternoon, Reverend Crisparkle, and...
Oh, these are my new charges from Ceylon. I was just taking them to meet. Oh, here he comes now. Helena, Neville, allow me to introduce Edwin Drood.
Sir?
Sir, I congratulate you on your good fortune, Mr. Drood.
Good fortune, sir?
Your betrothed, sir.
Oh, yes, Rosa.
Our young Ned is soon to depart himself for your part of the globe, Neville.
Ceylon, Mr. Drood?
No, but much the same. Egypt.
To make your future, sir.
No, to ensure that Egypt has one. I shall shortly be taking over my family's engineering concern there, and I plan to pull off a miracle.
Pray, what miracle?
The Cairo Transverse, Mr. Landless. A thoroughfare for commerce and coach travel across the desert to Alexandria.
A monumental task, Mr. Drood.
Yes.
One wonders from where one will obtain, for example, the paving stones.
From the pyramids?
No.
Yes. My studies show there is enough rock in the top half of the Great Pyramid alone.
This is English blasphemy. Is it not enough you take our delicate brew of tea leaves and likewise improve it by pouring cow's milk into...
Neville, please, let's try not to raise our voices here in Cloisterham High Street.
I meant no offense, sir.
And I did not mean my awkward ways to arouse such emotion, or to offer your splendid feathers, Miss Budd.
I'm sure Mr. Landless only feels passionately about his part of the world, Edwin.
Yes, as long as he keeps his passions in check.
I fear I have not yet adapted myself to your restrained climate. You might forgive me if you knew yourselves the warm and uncivilized allure of our homeland.
It's just as I've been saying. There is an instinctive rivalry between my own dear boy and this landless fellow. And I fear his hot-blooded Eastern temperament.
Oh, come now. I think you exaggerate the matter, Mr. Jasper.
I will go mad. Do you not realize that there is more than one side, one face to all things in nature? Beneath Neville's tainted English accent and adopted English manners, there is a heathen landless, a tribesman landless, half-blooded, half-bred, half-caste, who would kill as easily as he combs his sleek hair.
Oh dear, this is quite extraordinary.
To the contrary, there could be nothing more ordinary, sir. I myself suffer from this sort of duality on occasion. Sometimes I forget things, and in going back to fetch them, I half expect to meet myself rounding a corner I've already turned.
And what about me? Having to be your chairman and play this Mayor Sapsy bloke at the same time? It's damned confusing.
Indeed, like our two-sided Neverlanders, I find that I am not myself these days. For all I know, I might be you. There's more than room enough for two inside my mind.
I am likewise in the haze of who I am from scene to scene. What's more we two before I mean are in a bind.
For is it I who is me?
And if I'm him, and if I'm he, each one of us might not agree on what to do.
And if I take opposing sides within myself to divide what is right or wrong,
I'll go along with you.
Penny, one penny, twopenny, threepenny, 12 to a shilling, twice half to a florin, and would you not fancy the currency foreign to find us in decent both sides of the coin? Fathers your uncle for pennies to guineas, the two-sided mints, the room by exception, if you do not do but the fool of deception to find us in both sides of the coin.
Also or even,
heads or tails,
it's high or low,
or black or white,
it's up or down,
left or right,
or night or day. Nature seldom ever fails to most obligingly provide an undisclosed appears inside to one's dismay.
There's shadows in the shining morn.
If there's a rose, if there's a thorn,
you're good as dead.
And yet we smile, but like derision is perverse.
It seems to work more in reverse.
If things are better, they'll be worse in just a while.
Penny, one penny, twopenny, threepenny, 12 to a shilling, twice half to a florin, and would you not fancy the currency foreign to find us invisible sides of the coin? Fathers your uncle for pennies to guineas, the two-sided mints is the rule by exception, and would you not do but the fool of deception to find us invisible sides of the coin?
Certainly convinced me, Mr. Jasper. I shall keep my eyes fixed upon this Neverlandless.
A brilliant and original idea, Mayor Sapsy. Now I must change. Good day, sir.
Cheerio. We now step out from Cloisterham High Street and fall in step with a relic known only to the residents of Cloisterham as Durdles. A man whose knowledge of the cathedral tombs is exceeded only by his capacity for wine and spirits. He is wending his way towards an important assignation.
What's that you say, Bill?
I said an assignation. With Mayor Thomas Sapsy, who lives just around behind.
What's that you say, Bill?
I said around behind.
And so have you.
I didn't come here to be insulted.
Why, where do you usually go?
I'm not a complete fool, you know.
Oh, which bit is missing?
You're next to an idiot. Ladies and gentlemen, essaying the role of Durdles, the clown prince of the Music Hall Royale, I give you, and I don't want him back, your friend, not mine, Mr. Nick Cricker.
Assisted, dear friends, by my own lad, young Nick Cricker the Second.
Yes, a warm round of applause for Nick Cricker and son.
Good afternoon, Mayor Sapsy, your lordship, sir.
Good afternoon, Durdles.
I'm begging your pardon, sir, the call. It's a touch of tombism.
No, you mean rheumatism.
No, sir. I've just been working on your dead wife's grave.
Please refer to the late Mrs. Thomas Sapsey as just that, Durdles. The late Mrs. Thomas Sapsey. That is how I like to refer to her.
She was 1 in a million.
No, 1 in a raffle. But is my wife's tomb ready?
Yes, Governor. The door is all ready for my inscribing. She'll be much happier when we've moved her from her temporary grave, though it's not been at all damp, and the moles won't have been able to get at her for ages. Though there's nothing much we can do about the worms. I mean, they've already made a meal.
Quite enough, Durdles. And who is this thing, this boy?
My protege, Squire. Name of deputy.
I put the lock on your wife's crypt myself, your lordship.
Yeah.
That's right. I have the key right here. And it'll be my pleasure to unlock that door and slide your old woman right in there tomorrow. There's room enough for all the royal family to have afternoon tea.
Yes, yes.
That crypt is a national treasure, if I may make so bold, your grace. Why, just the other day, Mr. Jasper was asking if I might take him down into the crypts to see it.
You might like to add that line to your list of suspicious statements.
Steady on, Bill. We don't want these people leaping to conclusions without all the facts in hand. Otherwise, they'll be running. Off to the races!
Right, let's have a course
Stop!
of to the races.
Stop! That's scheduled for later on in the program. We mustn't stop the dramatic momentum we're building here. For now, we must...
To the races!
Oh, shut up! For now, we must descend into the darkness in hopes of shedding new light upon our curious story as we follow Durdles and Deputy to the graveyard of Cloisterham Cathedral.
You murdered him! What? What do you say? Murder! 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 Stop talking such lunacy, Durdles, and help me revive the dear boy. I only pray that... Oh!
There, you bastard. And I'll stone your eyes out next time. So help me.
Quiet, you young wretch!
Why do you assault me this way, Deputy?
You're right for the asylum, Mr. Jasper.
Peculiar lad.
Blame it on his infectious youth, sir. But oh, that was excellent wine you gave me, Mr. Jasper. More potent than even I'm accustomed. Did you get a look inside Mrs. Sapsey's crypt while I was asleep?
No, I seem to have gotten lost.
Well, I was lost myself in a fitful dream, Mr. Jasper. I imagined someone touched me and took something from me. And here's what it was. Mayor Sapsey wouldn't like me leaving the mausoleum keys lying right in front of his wife's crypt. He gave me strict instructions that the keys were, well, and now the key to Mrs. Sapsey's tomb is missing. What do you think, Mr. Jasper?
I think that I have guests due any moment for Christmas dinner, and the poor host I not to offer them all the comfort and joy of the season. A happy Christmas to you, Durdles.
And God rest ye merry, Mr. John Jasper.
We've spent many a bright and chatting afternoon here among these silent tombs. Hey, my own betrothed? No, Rosa. We are not legally bound to marriage.
Then, Eddie, dearest, let us become brother and sister from this day forth.
Never to be husband and wife?
Never.
I am honor bound to confess that this thought does not originate with you alone, Rosa.
I know, dear one, and you have not been truly happy with our engagement, nor have I.
I am sorry, Rosa.
And I for you, poor boy.
If only our marriage hadn't been assured since birth, perhaps then we would know how we truly feel towards each other.
If we were perfect strangers, I see the path before me, the forest from the trees. Would life be real without you? You're always there. How do I feel about you? I care near to touch you, my dearest Ned. How much you mean to me, how much you mean to me. Brother, sister, I pray you would take this class, left to me by my mother, as a vow of my eternal friendship. God bless you.
God bless you, dear.
How do I feel about you? I care near to touch you, my dearest Ned. How much you mean to me, how much you mean to me. If we meet perfect strangers, I might have loved you perfectly.
All this will come as a terrible blow to my uncle. Why, whatever is the matter?
Do you think we could keep our change of plans for Mr. Jasper a while, Eddie?
Yes, of course, you're right. Why give him such sad news on Christmas Eve? But now we must be off. They're expecting us for dinner, and I fear there's a storm brewing.
First snow, and now there's threatening thunderstorms. The gods must be angry.
Oh, God must be angry, Neville, not gods. We use the singular in England.
What a storm for Christmas Eve.
Yes, 'twas like this the night Rosa's mother died.
Mabel tells me you were once engaged to Rosa's mother, Mr. Crisparkle.
Yes, but I was a bit too Anglican, a bit too angular for her taste. And then, at a seaside party celebrating her 2nd anniversary, only a few months after Rosa was born, she apparently slipped while walking unobserved along the cliffs and drowned in the embrace of the ungrateful waves. But enough. Let us follow Mr. Jasper's lead and forget our grievances with life over a sturdy Christmas dinner.
I pray you forgive the meager merits of my humble table.
Hello, all. Sorry we're late, but we fought the storm.
Miss Bud, it's lovely to see you again. Let me take your things.
I had no idea you had taken on domestic staff, Uncle.
Edwin, Mr. Landis will take you seriously.
No fear of that.
Now, lads. Rosa, you've no idea what it means to have you in my chambers.
Miss Bud, how is it in the season of holly remind me of the flowering hibiscus?
And how is it that you remind me of an inconsistent baker, Neville? For while your metaphors are quite stale, your manners are uncommonly fresh.
You go too far, sir.
Gentlemen, this is Christmas Eve, and I would tolerate no further unchristian-like behavior. Now, this mulled wine is very good stuff indeed. I prepared it especially for you, from a recipe I obtained on a recent trip to London.
Well, any port in a storm for me, Uncle.
Woohoo! Any port in a storm. Very good, Edwin, very good. None for me, thanks.
Now let us drink deep.
This wine is more potent than usual, Jack.
I thought you lads would like it. Now let there be no more ill will between you.
Please, Edwin.
And there is no longer any cause for rivalry between us, Neville. You have my friendship, if you wish it.
Then a Merry Christmas to you, Edwin. The goose is cooked! but I think your next Christmas will be in Egypt.
Oh my God, Landis! Perhaps you should accompany us to Cairo. I'm sure Rosa and I could use someone to carry our bags.
What?
Someone more acquainted with the foreign tongue than he is with minding his own.
Gentlemen, ladies, please be seated.
Sir, I don't much like that tone. That's super serious. See you wear a finer cut than mine. But the waistcoat worn can soon be torn and faggots still so maggots feed on you.
Something in this speech seems ominous to me. And on a hurry to pay promises to me.
Praise to him on high, for this we should be glad. Won't you try some wine? No good can come from bad. My dearest nephew Ned, I wish to wish you well. The world's yours before you, just like
Oysters on the shell.
Landis, as you already know, your blood is hot but less than your. Yes, I'm sure you read your history would indicate the past of some have passed on through your veins. Your crudeness thus explains.
Something sends a chill like feet upon my grave. Can my faith and will completely never save?
who these words they say, bring harm upon the lad. Night was follow day, no one can come from that. My dearest, deepest friends, may I propose a toast to Rosabud and Edwin Drood. Cheer!
Here's the roast.
How very blessed are we, when oh so many starve. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done.
Which one of you will carve?
Lances cut like blade through dawn with daggers drawn. I glare at you, there at you, dare you seek to stare into my maid, my wife. I share my life, I see you dead before we rose away.
Wait, dear, I feel it, I feel it. We are friends and yet we'll not soon forget. You and every
In younger days I hungered for another, Rosa's mother. After Rosa's birth she left this earth, now dust is all I'm worth.
So long a time, they thought that I'm at rest and all quite naive. But I perceive in these boys this noise more frightening than they might perceive. And from the time I died for my word, they were quite naive. But I perceive these boys for the Lord, and I'm only sorry. With these new ideas staring in the field, murderers have been one, now who has concealed.
By on you I cast, oh, warning you I cast.
Backwards to the west.
No good can come from bad, no good. No good can come from bad.
What a storm for Christmas Eve! I must walk down to the Korea and see the spirit of nature I'm checked. Will you excuse me, Uncle?
Of course.
I will join you on your walk.
And we must retire to the nun's house before the storm. Good night, Edwin.
My dear.
Everyone.
Rosa.
Be careful how you pray.
I think I shall see the ladies safely home.
Will you join us, Uncle?
No, I have other plans I must execute. But I will not let you go in that flimsy coat of yours. You shall wear my own humble but serviceable caped coat.
Come, Edwin, your destiny calls.
Then goodbye, Uncle.
Goodbye, all.
When shall these three meet again? When, if ever? It is now late the next day, Christmas Day to be sure. The storm is over, but in its wake there is to be found no trace of young Edwin Drood.
Mr. Sparkle. Oh, Reverend, I know something terrible has happened to Edwin.
Well, first let us wait for my assistant Bassett to report.
Okay.
You have heard, I'm sure, the sentiment voiced that no news is most certainly good news.
Right.
Ah, here he comes now. Bassett, what news?
No news.
There, you see! I don't think you've met my assistant Bassett. His chief occupation is in guiding excursion parties throughout our church. Quite the showman is our Bassett, though tragically misplaced.
Misplaced?
Yes, Mr. Bassett carries with him a secret. Now, Rosa, what do you think Mr. Bassett has done?
Oh, dear. Nothing dreadful, I hope.
Mr. Bassett has written a play, a tragedy.
The Thorn of Anxiety.
Oh, lovely. And when will it be performed, Mr. Bassett?
Never.
Sometimes I think he has more pride in its lack of support, like a citizen of Greece who prefers the Parthenon in ruin. But I someday hope to see Mr. Bassett's work performed.
I too, Mr. Bassett.
I love the theatrical world, but there are other stages beyond the proscenium. I long to play a larger part.
Then, Bassett, use your enviable creativity to find some accounting for young Ned.
That assignment I eagerly accept.
Oh, my dear, hopeless Edwin.
How like her mother she looks. Has the Lord seen fit to smile on me? Had her mother not married another, nor met her death 2 years later at that pleasure party by the sea, I could have been roses.
Father, I need your prayers.
Arise, my child. The cathedral bell summons us.
And is it not significant, Master Sapsi, that Neverlanders was last seen fleeing the district?
You've convinced me, Mr. Jasper. A secret murderer could indeed be hiding in Cloisterham's most affectionate bosom. Yes, and all signs do point to young Neverlanders.
My thoughts exactly, sir.
I shall instruct a few strong fellows to bring him here, using whatever force is necessary, so that we may question him.
You do that, sir.
We'll find Neverlanders right enough now.
And when we find him, we'll educate that murderous swine.
Right. Any luck? We'll have a head.
Oh, Mr. Jasper! Mr. Jasper! Look what I found!
Why, it's my coat! The one I gave Edwin last night. It's been torn to ribbons. And blood! Oh God, there's his blood on it! Where did you find this?
Under a rock by the river weir.
My dear boy is murdered. I take this oath before you, Bassett, recording in your memory, that I shall fasten the crime of murder upon the murderer, and that I devote myself to his destruction.
I shall remember your words, Mr. John Jasper.
And I believe that's it for you this evening, Philip.
That's right, Bill.
Well, I mean, it hardly seems worth your coming down from Knutsford each night, does it? You, seem to specialize in these narrow parts of late?
Not by choice, Mr. Cartwright.
Ah, well, in Julius Caesar you played the part of...
A senator.
Ah, so at least you were in for the kill. Well, you know, Philip, it's rather odd if you think of it that Mr. Charles Dickens created your character at all. Unless, of course, he had a more promising future in mind for you.
That's been my solace in the role, Mr. Cartwright.
Yes, I'm sure. Still, you do understudy Mr. Paget as John Jasper, I note. Surely, one of these days...
In all actuality, Mr. Paget claims never to have missed a performance in his entire career.
Of course. Well, Philip, we are nearly done with our first act, and our second act is considerably shorter in length than the first. Would you happen to have a song ready at hand? Shall we? Yes, why not indeed?
Well, as a matter of happenstance, Mr. Cartwright, I do have, in common with my role this evening, aspirations as an author, and have composed a brief song which I venture to say underscores the dilemma I share with the character of Bassett I portray.
Come, it's titled Mr. Bax.
Never the luck, Mr. Cartwright.
Ladies and gentlemen, an unscheduled diversion in our journeys this evening. An unpublished and perhaps rightfully unheard composition. Mr. Philip Bax singing his own Never the Luck.
Never the luck, and never the lead, and never you mind, they say. In time we all taste the lime in the light, and I'll have my night someday. Still, each precious part seems over and done before I'm begun. Some starless night they'll call towards the wings. Who here dances and sings? That's when yours truly springs. And seeing me then they will cry. Why? He knows each line and everyone's cue. We must let him do the part. On each center stage, the music will play. I'll waltz my way into your heart.
Master Neville, and you fellows, enough now.
That's your matter, sir.
Burger Sparkle, what have I done?
Nothing, I'm sure, lad. I'm sure there has to be.
Landless, where's Edwin Drood?
Why you ask me that way?
Because you were the last person in his company. And now he is nowhere to be found.
Mayor Sapsy, do you wish to question him?
Why, indeed, I do. Never landless, you left for the river with Edwin Drood at what time?
I, in all honesty, do not recall of anything what transpired once Edwin and I reached the river.
And then what are these blood stains upon your shirt front and upon your walking stick, Mr. Landless?
I acquired these bloodstains just now, when these men of yours attacked me and dragged me back from the countryside where I've been walking.
Neville Landless, as acting constable for the district, I hereby place you under arrest.
Neville! How many of them did it take to mar you in this way?
8.
You have an interesting way with the law here in Cloisterham, Mr. Sapsy. And you, Mr. Jasper. For days now you've been warning all Cloisterham of impending violence between your nephew and my brother. What do you know about this?
Only that my nephew is dead.
Mayor Sapsy, I warned that young Master Neville knows nothing more of Edwin Drood than that which he has freely volunteered.
And you shall volunteer nothing further, Neville.
I would remind you and your brother that there is the issue of murder at hand.
Before you utter that word again, you laughable man, perhaps you'll be good enough to supply a body, a victim, a corpse, something more tangible than an errant nephew, a timorous uncle, and a ludicrous city official who has no backing for his charges beyond pure pomp and sheer circumstance.
Hear, hear.
Well said, Helena.
You know, Mayor Sapsy, she's right. You can't possibly arrest young Master Neville without a body.
Oh. Very well. Release him.
Oh, bless you, Mr. Crisparkle.
I am overpaid.
I only wish I could express my gratitude without this strange, somewhat geographically untraceable accent.
Yes, well, let's all pause for a moment, shall we? So here is where matters now lie. Edwin Drood has vanished, and may likely be live.
Dead. John Jasper has sworn vengeance upon his nephew's murderer,
who most of the populace suspect Neville Landless.
But the charges against Neville have been rescinded, thanks to Helena Landless's steely resolve and his support to the kindly
Reverend Crisparkle, who once was engaged to
Rosa's deceased mother. Meanwhile, it's difficult to know what one should make of
the drunkard stonemason Durdles and his apprentice deputy, not to mention
mysteriously motivated purveyor of opium, Princess Puffer.
Statements to consider during the interval, with one admonition. Should you find yourself leaping to conclusions without all the relevant information at hand, you may be carried off to the races.
Yes, Bill, let's have a chorus of off to the races.
A spontaneous request, which brings us, rather adroitly I think, to a song. For what evening at the Music Hall Royale would be complete without a rendition of its trademark anthem?
Off to the races!
Conclusions often lead the best of us astray. The wisest move in life is just to wait. Otherwise our galloping emotions run away like horses at the gate. Off to the races, off to the races, off to the race we go. But where the chase is and what the pace is, we seldom seem to know.
Men with broken hearts are vowed to never more pursue a member of the soft and savored race. Firmly anchored to the ground, they suddenly will view our fair and favored face.
Then, off to the races, off to the races, where 30 faces call. It's saving graces, strong drink replaces the need for love at all.
Don't fall back on your assumptions, hasty presumptions, mind to be. Find the track like an ad running by, try lagging behind, you'll find you'll win.
But let's ask Queen Victoria, she's had 9 kids to date. You wonder how Prince Albert got infused. Probably by her decree he had to procreate. Said she'd make me off to the races, the royal races, the same as Corvo do.
When she embraces her royal graces, the same and wants as you.
Fully trained orchestra under the cryptic baton of Mr. Thomas Purcell. Incidentally, if you're enjoying our modest efforts here tonight, I heartily recommend you return to this venue next week when the Music Hall Royale shall present its latest and most ingenious work, Hamlet, Part 2. Right, we are, I trust, rested, relaxed, restored, renewed, and more than ready to conclude what is certainly the most ambitious endeavor to date of your own music hall royale, that of solving, by your vote, shortly to be counted, the mystery
of Edwin Drood.
6 months have passed. An English summer is in progress. Still there is to be found no trace of young Edwin Drood, and all Cloisterham is agog with rumor and suspicion. But there are further developments. 2 inquiring sleuths are about to appear on the scene, one being the Princess Puffer, whom you have already met. The other a detective, a man of mystery, who wears a bulky coat, a fulsome beard, and the name of Dick Datchery.
Eh?
I said Dick Datchery.
Right.
These 2 apparent strangers approach with grand intentions and great expectations, which I might add we shall be presenting in Brighton next season. And, like ourselves, the Princess Puffer and Dick Datchery are just now arriving at Cloisterham Station. And here's John Jasper, back from another treatment in London. And in his wake, note that among the many curious souls of Cloisterham, none are more intently curious than these 2 sleuths.
Here to track this man in black am I. With one clue as to the who and why, I find myself in this aggravating garb and face, gravitating to this place, navigating towards this case. I've come to town, I'm here at every door and half the clown, yet crafty at the core, settling down to settle up the score. A kettle full of fish, I'll fry, I'll cook each goose to make some metaphor, and I'll unloose a mighty meteor. I'm settling down to settle up the score. My metal will be more than tested, hard debt will be repaid before I've rested. Oh, Drood, no word, what's brewed, no grave, no tomb. Who'll say who's done what and why to whom? I'm on the scent, I'm inventing everything I am. Where's the sacrificial lamb? Here in bloody Cloisterham. I've come to town to ask at every door, did Edwin drown? Or was he washed ashore, settling down to settle up the score? Red herring on a briny beach, I'll solve this yet, I'll solve this yet. Inquisitor, make the rat inquisitor, make the threat, you bet, make a threat. I only wish you would, I'm settling up the score for good.
Reverend, there you are. All things bright and beautiful tonight, don't you think?
Yes, as if the stars were mere punctures in the ceiling of earth through which heaven's light can be seen. or something along those lines. I only wish my assistant Bazzard, who's away on business, could see a night such as this.
Hold on there, boy. Here's a face we've not seen before. Welcome to Fair Cloisterham, Captain. I am in the way of being official greeter of all visitors who might have the price of a bottle of wine on them. My name's Durdles.
My name is Datchery, Dick Datchery, and I was wondering if lodgings could be found in these parts.
Oh, no doubt, Mr. Datchery.
Something architectural and out of the way. Inconvenient?
Oh, we have any number of inconvenient lodgings here in Cloisterham, sir.
And close to the cathedral as well?
Excuse me, I couldn't help overhearing. The only such accommodation that I know of along those lines is a single lodging just above the rooms of Mr. John Jasper. He's a great admirer of my own.
Ah, is that the fellow who has been much afflicted by the loss of his nephew, Edwin Drood?
Wait on, boy. This much afflicted fella, John Jasper, is he always dressed in mourning these days?
That's the man. And you won't catch me going to him again.
Why is that, boy?
Because I can be lifted off my legs and choked again.
I find that most interesting. I shall enjoy watching the comings and goings of this town.
That man should speak to his tailor.
Excuse me, miss. Can you tell me where Mr. John Jasper...
Are you ill?
No, miss. I always look this way.
Rosa, we have both been guilty of neglecting your music lessons. When shall we resume?
Never, sir.
Am I being politely told that you have abandoned your studies altogether?
Well, the politeness is yours, not mine. I beg not to be questioned. I will not answer any more. At least I have that in my power.
Rosa,
I do not wish to hear you, sir.
I do not forget how many eyes command a view of us, but you will hear me, even against your wishes. Dearest Rosa, charming Rosa, even when my dear boy was engaged to you, I loved you madly. I hid our secret loyalty. Did I not?
You were as false to him, sir, daily and hourly as you are now. You know you made me afraid to open his kind eyes to the truth. But you are a bad, bad man.
How beautiful you are. You are more beautiful in anger than repose. I don't ask for your love. Give me your hatred, that pretty rage, that enchanting scorn. It will be enough for me. I warn you, sweet witch, rare charmer, you must stay, or do more harm than be undone.
Oh, you're mad.
I mean to show you how mad my love is.
Love? You dare to use that word?
Yes.
Love is but a word that wandered here from pastures green, which was rarely said or seen and seldom sung. Innocent enough, it was intended to be used on rare occasions, not abused by every tongue. Rarely has a word been ever taken so in vain, but little meaning might be made and quickly blown. Never has there been so quite exalted such a term. Your sighs and syllables confirm how true is a word. You call it love, I call it crude. I call it lust, I call it lewd. I call it cruel, I cannot bear it. Call it love, I think it foul. I think it vile. No more I'll take. Oh, cunning guile! You're worse than bad. You give to sin in the name of love. Rosa's a dainty little fix whose every curl confirms that she's a child, a girl, and you'll find. Rosa is the only soul in Cloisterham, it seems, whose senses trust the sort of dreams you dream at night. Did you think your stare would stop my seeing? Every fiber of my being told me since I was betrothed that your most unnatural attention conjured words I dare not mention. You must know how much I loved to know your voice.
You know my what?
To see you clutch.
I do not clutch.
To hear your voice.
Joy.
To feel your touch.
It's so much.
A dreadful touch. To even speak.
I only seek the name of love.
I will not fear.
Why don't you hear?
I try to fly.
Let fight.
I have a choice.
Hear their voice.
I take to fly.
Like blazing night.
I'll not permit.
You will submit.
You desecrate.
Your faith.
The name of love.
The name of love.
The name of love. The name of love. The name of comes into view.
So my plan is that we shall be soon on the night.
I've just overheard something. Yes, and now I have one of the very bits of information I came here for.
Then you're leaving Cloisterham already?
Not bloody likely. I haven't come this far, only to turn away with but one piece of puzzle in my hand. I've never in my wretched life been this close to getting anything I set about after. More the fool I'd be to pull back just when I'm winning. I've never understood those in life who ease up just when they should push on. Once I bet my last 10 pence and won. Twice as rich then, friend said, call it done. How sad, I said. So that you out the stream, then 20 pence instead of 10. Oh, I doubled up my bet again. In life you start the same as when you're done. If you lose, you're just where you begun. If you win, don't quit while you're ahead. Just press your blessed luck instead. Don't try to think what move might be the best. Use the heart that beats within your breast. Never rest. Don't quit while you're ahead. Sing out, there's more in store for me.
I see my dream ship finally coming in like a steamship, anchoring into wind.
Lift your chin. Remember what I said. Don't quit while you're ahead. Let's go.
I know there must be love that's yet to be, only just 3 weeks away from me, hopefully.
Don't quit while you're ahead. Don't worry how you tread. Who cares?
And there's a chance, one pipe dream that's mine, a romance just ripe upon the vine.
Don't resign, no bitter fled.
Don't quit while you're ahead. You stick. Ta-ra-ta-ra.
Bang you lash you do, bang hurrah. Bang you lash you do, la-dee-da. Don't quit while you're ahead. Say I'm off to bed. Farewell.
Well, I know. Don't let the moment go to waste. Not with close enough to take. Heed the call with all you haste. For love's own sake. So days of sing. From the lucky day never end. Heavy lucky chain, no refrain. Don't quit while you're ahead. Chasing on instead. Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta.
it was at this point in our story where Mr. Charles Dickens laid down his pen forever. And so, dear friends, this is all we shall ever know for sure about the mystery of Edwin Drood. Tonight, however, at least within the confines of this humble theater, we shall together attempt to solve, resolve, and conclude the mystery
of Edwin Drood!
One minor mystery we can resolve immediately, though it has little to do with the plot at hand. You see, most literary experts agree that our inquiring detective, Mr. Dick Datchery, is actually someone we have already met, a character from Act 1, who is roaming Cloisterham disguised as Datchery, so as to better investigate the disappearance of Edwin Drood. And, as many of you have no doubt already guessed, the part of Datchery has been taken thus far this evening by that master and mistress of male impersonation, Miss Alice Nutting. But this does not mean that Edwin Drood is Datchery. Oh no, far from it. The reason for Miss Nutting's portrayal of Datchery this evening is that she was contracted to appear in 2 acts of this play, and our management believes in an honest week's work for an honest day's pay, if you catch my drift. And so, dear friends, we are brought to our first key question. Is Edwin Drood dead or alive? Mr. Charles Dickens experimented with many different titles for this evening's story. For example,
The Loss of Edwin Drood, The Flight of Edwin Drood,
The Disappearance of Edwin Drood,
but nowhere the death or murder of Edwin Drood. Now, dear friends, our questions tonight shall be answered primarily by you, but in a daring and perhaps dangerously democratic move, the Music Hall Royale has decided to grant our company themselves the right to vote upon 1 issue each night. And so, my fellow acolytes of the thespianic persuasion, your question this evening shall be, Mr. Throttle?
Is Edwin Drood dead or alive?
Miss Nutting, who has a vested interest in the outcome, would you please kindly turn your back to the cast? Gentlemen, ladies, as your whim takes you this evening, all those who believe Edwin Drood is dead, please raise your hands. Thank you. All those who believe Edwin Drood is alive, please raise your hand.
Well, Miss Nutting, you've snuffed it by a massive majority, I fear. Which brings us to our next key question, Mr. Throttle.
Who is the detective? Dick Datchery.
Well, we can now safely eliminate Edwin Drood from that consideration, as our cast has voted him dead for the remainder of the evening.
Oh, ha and bloody ha-ha! You absolute envious little shits! It's obvious to everyone here that I am Datchery. And it's even more transparent that this petty, jealous cast bitterly resents the attention I've received in the local press. Goodbye, all!
Miss Nutting, really, I'm sure that... You have no idea the week we've had with her. First, her dressing room was too small, then her mustache was too long. I told her she was splitting hairs.
Ugh.
Well, please yourselves, I must apologize for this bit of unpleasantry in what I'm sure you'll agree has been an otherwise flawless evening. But in all fairness to our cast and to our story, I must strenuously point out that many, many literary experts disagree with Miss Nutting's contention that Edwin Drood and Dick Datchery are one and the same person. Indeed, there are several prime candidates for the face behind Datchery's beard. For instance, I give you Helena Landless. About her, Neville revealed in Act 1...
In desperation, Helena tried on more than one occasion to flee our stepfather's cruel and miserly hand, even disguising herself as a boy.
As a boy, a hit, a palpable hit. But is it a meaningful thrust or misdirection? Wouldn't Helena Landis be fearful of pursuing John Jasper under the given circumstances?
Not under any circumstances.
But the candidates hardly end there. What say you of Bazzard?
I love the theatrical world, but there are other stages beyond the proscenium. I long to play a larger part.
Who more likely to don such melodramatic garb and seek the spotlight? Why otherwise does he appear in our story at all?
From my earliest remembrances, I have been secret and revengeful.
Who more likely to investigate the disappearance of Drood than he who is most suspected of foul play? Or did someone else wish to clear Neville's name?
Neville has been entrusted to my care.
The Reverend Mr. Crisparkle, whose passions and energy lay hidden beneath his clerical garb. Could it be that he has adopted yet another uniform, that of Datchery, to save the lad who has been his charge and responsibility? And then there is the puzzling and intriguing possibility of Rosa. Could it be that we have underestimated the resourcefulness of this woman-child? Could she have taken it upon herself to investigate the disappearance of Drood? Looks can be deceiving.
I'll say.
This much I do know for certain. Dick Datchery is not John Jasper, the Princess Puffer, Durdle's deputy, or even Mayor Sapsy. For in our play and in Mr. Dickens' novel, they all appear in scenes with him. They are observed to be in his company. And so we are left with the following candidates for the part of the detective, Dick Datchery. And may I suggest that we vote the way it is done in amateur theatrical contests? As the handkerchief is held above the head of each candidate, pray applaud for your own favorite in the part of Datchery. Oh, and do remember, we have larger decisions yet to come. Soon we shall be asking you to decide who is the murderer of Edwin Drood. So don't merely vote for whichever cast member is a distant cousin of yours, for God's sake. Mr. Throttle, if you please.
The underrated Mr. Bazzard. The tempestuous Miss Helena Landless. That ecstatic ecclesiastic Reverend Crisparkle. The lovely Miss Rosa Budd. All the way from Ceylon, Mr. Neville Landless.
Shall we narrow it down between Rosa and the Reverend Crisparkle? Yes, why not indeed? Rosa. Rosa! Or the Reverend Crisparkle. Right, the Reverend Crisparkle is our Datchery tonight. You'd best make a quick change of costume. I can see several members of the audience more than ready to assist you in the process. Which brings us to a much more serious matter. For now, as in all great mystery... Miss Nutting, really, well... Ladies and gentlemen, please, such appalling behavior is due entirely to upbringing. Her parents were in the iron and steel business. Mother irons, father steels.
Oh, God.
Oh, you mean you didn't like that? Well, how about this, then? She was once known as the orthopedic soprano. She sang in all the joints.
Oh, stop.
Which brings us, ladies and gentlemen, to a much more serious matter. For now, as in all great mystery stories, we must find ourselves a killer, a culprit, a fiend. In short, the murderer of the dear departed, vanished, vanquished, late lamented title character of our play, Edwin Drood. Keep quiet down there. Who killed Edwin Drood? Who shall be our murderer tonight? First, for your consideration, I give you the most obvious candidate for the part, Mr. Clive Paget as John Jasper. Oh, come now, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, do you not know that here at the Music Hall Royale, we boo and hiss the villain? No, it's too late for that now. We'll have to do the whole thing over. Now we're going to do this until we get it right. First, for your consideration, I give you the most obvious candidate for the role of villain this evening, Mr. John Jasper. Come now, ladies and gentlemen, let's do be serious. I ask you, is this the face of a murderer? Or, more appropriately, could this be all there is to the mystery of Edwin Drood? That the obvious villain of the piece, Mr. John Jasper, did indeed kill his nephew in a hopeless attempt to win the love of the fair Miss Rosa Budd? Well, where then the mystery? That's taken the wind out of your sails, big mouths, hasn't it? Where then the mystery? Where indeed? So how stand you? For the obvious answer, or for a more perplexing solution? Now, certain cast members can be safely eliminated from the bidding. Young Deputy and my own Mayor Sapsy were, without question, intended for comic relief and never figure very intimately in the lives of the other characters. Besides, I don't want yet another role. And so we are left with the following candidates for the role of murderer.
Thank you very much. John Jasper, I have stood in the cold shade of suspicion since our story began.
Helena Lannis, did I, in trying to save my brother, bring harm to Edwin Drood?
Bazard, my need for a Chechen has drove me quite mad. Someone stop me before I sing again.
Thank you. Rosa Budd. Well, why on earth would someone as pure and innocent as myself murder my own true Ned?
Turtles, I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than give Drood a frontal lobotomy.
Neville Landless. I do not recall of anything when transpired once Edwin and I reached the river, but he was an odious little twit, and he deserved what he got.
The Princess Puffer. Who am I? And what am I?
Time, ladies and gentlemen, time at last to decide. And may I suggest that for the sake of accuracy, we vote by a show of hands. So let's bring up the house lights and we'll begin Oh, dear God. Is this what I've been dealing with tonight? Why don't you all join hands and try contacting the living? Well, no matter. Let us proceed post-haste to the voting. I would now ask that you direct your attention to our cast members on the floor, who are even now circulating among you to count your vital votes. The Princess Puffer. Now, why would these good people vote for you, Princess? There is more in store for her, she says. Yes, or Neville Landless. Why would they vote for you, Neville? Yes, but how did you do it? You'll have to find that out. Or Durdles! Oh, dear God. Durdles. Now, why would these good people vote for you, Durdles? We'll share. Or perhaps Rosa Budd. Rosa Budd? Rosa? Oh, Rosa. Oh, she's too consumed in herself to notice me. Or perhaps Bazard. Now, why would you vote for Bazard? He is indeed ambitious, but is that enough motive? Or perhaps Helena. Vote for her. Vote for her. Or John Jasper.
I'm the most obvious solution because I am allergic to bad language as I have grown since her birth. Edwin was in the way.
Oh, dear, that is quite extraordinary. But does it merit a murder? That is up for you to decide in the next few moments. Yes. Oh, good, I see people voting. This is good, yes. This is much better than I'd expected for the premiere performance. Quite a turnout. Ladies and gentlemen, we have determined the murderer in our midst. I shall now offer a sip of port to our chosen fiend, that he or she will know your verdict. And so that the final denouement may come as a complete surprise, I must strenuously request that for the next few moments you all close your eyes tightly. Pray close your eyes then now. I am offering the port. Our murderer is drinking it. Right, you may all open your eyes. You see, you cannot trust anyone here tonight. And so, as our cast departs backstage, where even now your votes are being counted, I only caution you to prepare for a few unexpected twists and turns as we serpentine towards the conclusion you have chosen for us tonight. And so, friends of the Music Hall Royale, for the first time ever, and at long last, by your own determination, the conclusion, the finale of the mystery of Edwin Drood. The first chapter Mr. Dickens wrote was called The Dawn. Perhaps not coincidentally, the last chapter he wrote was called The Dawn Again. So yes, let us begin our last chapter amid the cold grey tendrils of a dim English dawn.
Ooh, it's bloody freezing again. Here, Missy. What? What is it?
Can you spare 3 and 6 for a Christian soul in distress?
We're both Christian souls in distress, I fear. And I had little more than 3 and 6 to get me to London.
Running away from something?
Yes. At long last, yes. And now I'm
Rosa.
How on earth could you know my name?
No. I've only known you since the day you were born. Only bathed you and fed you. Don't look at me, Rosa. I don't want you to see me this way. But can you remember your Nan, Rosa? Some 12 years ago? Can you look at me now, my own darling girl, and see your Nan instead?
Nan, somewhere. I was 6 years old and then you weren't there anymore.
You do remember. God spare you. You never really had a mother, did you? I was the closest thing to that for you.
Then why did you leave me?
It's a sad story, Rosa, but a common one, I fear. I was once your Nan, then I met a man, tall and all golden hair, that's where my end began. I let him have his way with me, he knew his way so well. Led me down a garden path to hell. Marriage in the end. What I got instead was a bed in Camden Town, and then to me he said, if I sends around a friend, be nice to him this well. Stroll him down your garden path to hell. Make your bed of roses and sleep in it. cuddle deep in it and pray you never wake. Soon the deadly poppies come cropping up, fairly popping from the seeds of one mistake. On me back all day, earning Satan's pay, I took to drink so's not to think of who'd come next to play. I gave my gent my every cent, and he gave me farewell, leaving me to weed the path to hell. Life's a maze of hedges that prickle you, as will tickle you, they'll tear you all about. Strolling through the mazes, amusing too, but confusing when you find there's no way out. Lost my looks for then, couldn't draw the men, so I learned to trade and earned my keep with frogs, and then I found myself a wicked shelf where opium I sells. Here's a pipe for you, sir. Price is 5 and 2, sir. Can't you see the garden? It's such a lovely garden. I'll take you there, I know the path so well. To hell. To hell. Rosa, my child, my own, I'm deep ashamed you went through life alone. And yet despite my dreadful fall from grace, I never once forgot your name or face. One icy evening, a client of mine began to rave and crave some laudanum wine. And as he drank his cup of Satan's blood, he made the great mistake of crying Rosa. Now it's one thing for them like me to mix and mingle with the likes of he. We are both made from God's most lowly clay and mud. But how came this man to cry out Rosabud? Well, I can't see too clear, but I followed him here, finding out who was who. I came back a time or two, then last night tracking me was this Mr. Dattery. So I followed his tracks to his lodgings in the backs, though I hate to confess, while I watched this man undress, and I saw sudden wise him without his full disguise. Took a quick change of clothes and a mind even quicker. Dick Dattery is the vicar.
Yes, it is I, my conscience is cleared. I've donned a frock before, but never a beard. Dead now is Dattery, born on a whim. We can dispense with last rites for him. There once was a man who was dressed in a clerical collar and vest, and if anyone knew he had feelings like you, they'd reply to him, surely you jest. Parishioners take great offense at all priests who would like to be gents. We can consecrate wine, speak of thee, thou with thine, but we mustn't take hold of events. It was a bold revolution, turning my collar around, seeking this puzzle solution, of finding what was to be found. I was out on a limerick, out on a limerick, out on a limerick air. I found a theatrical kit, and as Dattery I did my bit, So to clear Neville's name, I confess to my shame, 'twas for Helena too, I admit. I followed John Jasper high-low, found the dens he descends to below. And when Puffer came here, 'twas immediately clear my suspicions were quite apropos. So I crept in the lodgings of Jasper, dressed in his garb, what a sight! There I found Rosabud's clasp, her mother she gave through that night. Jasper took it from Ned after hurling him dead towards the Weir River bed, I suppose. Reverend Datchery knows, and the proof is quite clear. Let us bring Jasper here to be tried and then tied up and strung. And from this limerick, let him be hung.
I will not lie, I wish Ned to die. Twice dead am I. A man's split in twain, yet two our lives remain. A soldier's hero can conceal the venom in his brain. And if he draws upon the paws and madness opens floats of blood, why this great surprise? There are two men in me, and cunning bright is he, who hides himself, resides himself, where I've no eyes to see. And now I think he's at the brink of breaking through the door. I'm in, he's out, I'm out, he's free, I'm free, I'm me once more. How many times I've killed that Drood upon my flights that burst the smug presumption of his rights. His rights is there, his rights to share my rose's bed. It took no smoke for me to picture Edwin dead. That night I poured them both 3 cups of laudanum, and then to toast my Neville I drank some. That's when my greatest flight of fancy did take place. I saw my hands outstretched toward Edwin's pale white face, and in the moonfall I saw my fingers clutching his neck so tightly, touching my sleeve, he fell so lightly. Moonfall then fell on me. But God, the deed was much too easily done. As much as over, once it had begun. Such tragedy to finally make the keel, and not to await to taste the thrill. Now I've confessed, now we both get a
No! I can't let it happen. Yes, you placed the coat that young Drood wore that night down by the River Weir to throw suspicion on Neville Landless. You're a bad one, Jasper, when the evil one is inside you. But you're not a murderer. You didn't kill Edwin Drood.
Let us understand, Durdles. Do you mean to tell these good people that John Jasper did not kill his nephew?
Exactly, your lordship, sir. It was a wild night that Christmas Eve, as you'll remember, Squire, and I'd sought shelter near Mr. Jasper's door. That's when I saw one amongst you throttle Edwin Drood, and in a convenient flash of lightning, I saw who it was. That was quite a long speech, Bill. Think I could have a quick nip of port?
Daddles!
Right. Suddenly I see Mr. Jasper stagger out of his own home under the influence of potent medicine, and suddenly he collapses. And then he gets back up and picks up young Drood and carries him into the cathedral and then down into the crypt, depositing the body right in Mrs. Sapsea's tomb.
What?
Yes, I told you there was plenty of room in there.
But now you must tell us, Daddles. Who did it?
Lord love me, it was Rosa Bud!
Were you so blind you could not see I killed him, yes? And it was wonderful to do, I do confess. To have it done, to do him in, to see it through. You surely know by now I meant to murder you. Thought you I was so blind as not to know your mind, of what intent each compliment you claimed you meant as kind, to feel myself unrobed and probed with every movement of your eyes. Betrayal eyes! A child can go quite mad, and not know good from bad, and calmly plan to kill a man, and feel but only glad to rid herself a murderess goodbye. Not Edwin, whom I thought but you! I meant for you to die! But the night was far from bright, thick with wet and thunder. Thatching bell dispatched from hell, is it yet a wonder? Could not see the arms of me stretched out with scarf in hand. Saw your coat in time its throat, just like a lovely wedding band. So long a time they thought the time at rest and dull, quite naive. But I believe this pain, my brain, more tortured than they might conceive. With these new additions I have now revealed murderous admissions, otherwise concealed. Damn you all, I say, who let him drive me mad? Man is led to this, no good, no good. I killed my good true Ned, when I meant to kill you, Jasper, you pathetic imitation of manhood. God, all this because he was wearing that ludicrous, laughable coat of yours. Damn your existence and your fraudulent love. Damn Cloistrum, who looked the other way when you looked at me in your way. Damn you all.
There is your murderer for tonight. But surely we are entitled to a happy ending. We all have need in our lives for love, romance, or at this hour of the evening, any reasonable facsimile thereof. So it remains for you to decide one final question. Which two in our story shall find that commodity we all seek? Who shall be our lovers tonight? Let us see. On the distaff side, we are left with the serviceable Princess Puffer or the tempestuous Helena Landless. Pray indicate by your applause which of these ladies you would like to see united in love with one of these remaining male leads. The Princess Puffer! Or Helena Landless. Helena Landless it is. And we have a field of well-heeled bachelors available. First for your consideration, John Jasper. Very good. Neville Landless. Durdles! The Reverend Chris Barkle! Bazzard! Or Deputy! It seems as though it is between Durdles and Deputy? Right. Durdles! Or Deputy! Once more, please. Durdles! What, do you think you're going to get something out of him? Or deputy? Right, Durdles it is. That's your decision, and we're stuck with it, I fear. Mr. Purcell, a gentle reprise, if you will. It seems we are about to have a love song.
Durdles, what you really need in life is a woman with a spine of steel to show you the greatness that lies dormant within you. You shall be a prosperous and renowned stonemason, and I shall be the architect of your future.
It's a good thing you were raised in India with the elephants, because then living with me won't come as such a surprise.
Once we were perfect strangers, how strangely met are we.
I find I now adore you, our best has yet to be.
It seems I've longed to hold you, faithful it's so.
You love me so, they've told you.
Let's not resist this ending.
Once we have kissed, pretending takes no skill. This strangeness makes me thrill.
Once we were perfect strangers, yet now I love you perfectly.
But what of Edwin Drood? Ah, if only he could speak to us from beyond the grave. What could he tell us? What would he say?
From the grave. Quite alive you will find me. This tomb behind me is where I faced my closest shave. When I struck my head against a street, I was stunned, not stricken, our plot doth thicken, for Jasper flew me off my feet. To the crypt I awoke in dark beyond belief, and while all above me showed their grief, I was screaming for my very breath. Only moments from death, you have no idea the sudden strength that you feel within you, the steel and sinew, when fate stands smiling at arm's length. I escaped from Cloisterham, I fled. I did not return here till I could learn here just who in hell would wish me dead. But more than that, more than what solution fits the crime, what I've learned is that life is bits of time, and we fight for every tiny speck. When you're held by the neck, I have read the writing on the wall, and the greatest mystery is not the history of Jasper, Drood, and one and all. I have met my maker and returned. What advice I'm giving to all of those living is just to learn what I have learned. Life is dear, there can be no victory in defeat. If outnumbered, beat a fast retreat to the nearest shelter and dig in. When you live, then you win. Scratch and claw for every day your worth. Make them drag you screaming from life. Keep dreaming you'll live forever here on earth. I have read the writing on the wall, and it's clearly spelled out for those who held out that holding on to life is all. Is it clear? If you hear my voice, then you're alive.
to a florin, and would you now fancy the currency born? The finest and decent both sides of the coin. Bothers your uncle from pennies to guineas to two-sided mints is a rule by exception. And would you now be quite the fool of deception? The finest and decent both sides of the coin. Odds or even heads or tails, it's high or low, or black or white, it's up or down, left or right, or night or day. Nature seldom ever fails to most obligingly provide an undisclosed impose inside to one's dismay. There's shadows in the shining morn. If there's a rose, if there's a thorn, you're good as dead. And yet we smile, but life's division is perverse. It seems to work more in reverse. If things are better, they'll be worse in just a while. Taken in 1 penny, 2 penny, 3 penny, 12 to a shilling, twice half to a florin, and would you not fancy the currency foreign? The finest and base of both sides of the coin. Bobbers to rumble from pennies to guineas to two-sided mints is the rule by exception, and would you not prove by the fool of deception? The finest and base of both sides of the coin. Often lead the best of us astray. The wisest move in life is just to wait. Otherwise our galloping emotions run away like horses at the gate. Off to the races, off to the races, off to the race we go. But where the chase is and what the pace is, we seldom seem to know.
Men with broken hearts about to never more pursue a member of the soft and savored race. Firmly anchored to the ground, they suddenly will view our fair and favored face. Then, off to the races, off to the races, where 30 faces call. Its saving graces, strong drink replaces the need for love at all.
And the race is won by the party, rock the more hardy, fools must be mean. Don't unlace your man, grab the man, you and your land on not here. So we call upon the wall to hold your horse's reins, before it's always the end of pride. Sometimes having patience is as good as having grace, so take your bloody time. Pour out the spirits, the end is spirits, only a length or so. All the whole of me, all of the races, to the race, we go. Tally ho!
Lord love me, it was Bazzer.
I saw the chance to be a legend in my time, for all the town thought never might to violent crime. To solve a mystery would pluck me off from my share. So I insured the crime by killing Drood myself. Detectives in command must have a case in hand. To gain acclaim, their share of fame, the public does demand. A controversial crime, never shall I go on to tell you more. Since I have the floor, young Neville had been crude, and Edwin doubly rude. So I set out to bring about the death of Edwin Drood. And it turned out to be the speeches of the onion range. And I know all, I now show all. At last, I'm center stage. And I tied the knot around his nice neck, and his head was struck nearby. I knew as he fell down into the muck that finally the log had
Lord love me, I killed Edwin Drood. What reason could I have to ever want you dead? Why would I want to harm a hair upon his head? But I'm the candidate you found in my actions. And so my motives now, I fear I must disclose. After Jasper made his nephew in the crypts he fled, with cords of wine to Drood I drank a toast. When I heard him moaning, groaning in my drunken head, I thought Drood was a ghost. Then he started screaming, just like a demon. It was a dreadful cry. Drunk and stiff, I tried to hear it as it did remind the secret, so I crashed. The murderer am I. Much thanks, goodbye.
There is your murderer!
Lord love me, it was Helena.
The words so rude of Drood had caused me great alarm. That devil might cause Neville to cause him some harm. Sister and mother to my brother I had been, and so to smother Drood I had to do Droody. I meant no violence that Christmas morn. I meant to silence that Edwin scorn. The sighing wept no view of light as I crept into the night. Unsteady Drood hath danced with wine. The steady Drood has raised my spine. I took my veil off and lost my mind. My veil did stain off. I tossed its line. It wound him round his sacred coat and draped around his throat. I meant to gag him, but I did snag him, so I did drag him off to hell. I killed another to save my brother. I did it well, and guilty am I, and blameless is he. Guilty am I cry. And Rosa, please forgive me for taking your lovely boy away from you. I only meant to save my brother. Rosa? Mr. Priestmark? Neville? Dermot? I need someone's forgiveness. Damn you all!
There is your murderer for tonight.
Lord love me, it was Neville Landless.
I was the likeliest a suspect you could find, so qualified to rule me out of sight and mind. Of course I killed our master Ned, could I forego a chance to gain my pride and Rosa with one blow. I came to this place with but one plan, that you view this face, an Englishman. But all you saw was my hot blood, and I saw Rosa burn. Edwin was severed and romance, with Edwin dead I stand and that cold December, my blood was warm. We stole together against the storm. The best of charms we laughed and talked, as home to rest Drood walked. My mood was black then, thundered and crashed then. He turned his back then, I did blood. His neck I knotted,
stood, and English he fell, and sent him to his good English hell.
There is your murderer for tonight.
Lord love me. It was the Princess Puffer.
May God have mercy or forgiveness do I need. My string of sins ends here with this most dreadful deed. I only meant to save my rose, but it's true. You bastard Jasper Christ, I meant to murder you. Could I see my rosebud wretched by this man of massive sin? He revealed his vile desires, so I had to do him in. To my endless ruination, I took smoke to see me through. In my sweet hallucination, I saw Drood and thought him true. So I say to all who hear me, you must plan the murder well. You must view your victim clearly as you send him off to hell. When I killed, 'twas well intended. Drink and smoke, what did me in? For my sins I'm apprehended, then the voices of sin. Oh, come on. Give your little love some help with the last line then, eh? Oh, bloody hell! Don't you know they hang women these days? This is undoubtedly my last chorus.
Lord love me. It was Rosa Bud.
Were you so blind you could not see I killed him, yes? And it was wonderful to do, I do confess. To have it done, to do him in, to see it through. You surely know by now I meant to murder you. But you, I was so blind as not to know your mind. With what intended compliment to claim you as his mind. To feel myself a broken cup with every movement of your eyes. I realize a child to milk me mad, and not they with me bad, and not be mad to kill a man and feel truly glad. To rid myself, to rid myself of murderous design. Not angry, who I thought, but you, I meant for you to die. Watch the night fall from right, think the wet and under. Patch from hell to smash from hell, is it yet a wonder? Could not see the underneath, thrust out with scarf in hand. Saw your coat in time as just like a lovely wedding band. So long a time, they thought, the time would twist and all of light, naive. But I perceive these pain my brain, for 'twas a beckoning I could see. With these new additions I have married in. Murderous admissions, otherwise concealed. Damn you all I say, you nothing drive me mad. Man is legend in, no good can come from that. No good, no good can come from that. I killed my good true Ned when I meant to kill you, Jasper. Pathetic imitation of manhood. All this because he was wearing that ludicrous, laughable coat of yours. Damn your existence and your fraudulent love. Damn cloister and pool to the other way when you looked at me in your way. Damn you all.
There is your murderer for tonight.
Lord love me. It was the Reverend Crisparkle.
Could Rosa's mother love another? Know you well. If man should lend a hand on her, he'd go to hell. I'm free from blasphemy, though some may see me rude. Though see of me, still I confess my murdered Drood. I saw another in Rosa's face. There Rosa's mother stood in her place. And could I let this Edwin Drood have her I loved and wooed? This love of mine must never wed. One shove of mine and Drood was dead. Baptized with ashes, his neck I trust, capsized to ashes, dust to dust. And then I bore him from the gloom and sanctified his tomb. He ceased to shiver, he ceased to quiver. I did deliver him to God, and she is mine now, a love divine now. Sometime he unhooked, with his Drood, and vanished his Drood. Vengeance must die, and vanquished his Drood. So that's that then. I couldn't let anyone, not even Rosa's mother, or not even Drood, marry Rosa's mother. Could I, eh, John?
You're a warped man, Reverend Crisparkle. Rosa's mother, the woman you loved, has been dead some dozen years.
Oh, really? Really? Well, I guess the joke's on me then, isn't it? Well, I must be off. God bless you all.
There's your murderer for tonight. Mr. Purcell, a gentle reprise, if you will. It seems we are about to have a love song.
Third one. What you really need in life is a woman with a spine of steel to take you in hand and show you the greatness that lies dormant within you. You shall be a prosperous and renowned stonemason, and I shall be the architect of your future.
It's a good thing you were raised in India with the elephants, because then living with me won't come as such a surprise.
Once we were perfect strangers, how strangely met are we.
I find I now adore you, our best has yet to be.
It seems I've longed to hold you, it would
Love me so, they told you.
Let's not resist this ending.
Once we have kissed 3 tender days, no still this strangeness makes me once we have learned to yes, now I'm loving perfectly.
But what of Edwin Drood? Mr. Purcell, a gentle reprise, if you will. It seems we are about to have a love song.
Your kindness and goodness have, is unassuming and truly instrumental. Do you think you can let the warm, strong wind from Ceylon blow away your home without memories?
For too long I have committed blasphemy on the Holy Ghost and Rosa's mother. You are life itself, and I wish to join your living.
We were perfect strangers, how strangely met are we.
I find I now adore you, our best has yet to be.
It seems I want to hold you, make
You love me so, they told you.
Let's not resist this ending.
Mr. Purcell, a gentle reprise, if you will. It seems we are about to have a love song.
Dear Bassard, I understand you want to write plays. I'm led a life of sin wicked enough to lead a score of shameless dramas. How's about a collaboration? Dip your quill in the ink of my existence, so to speak?
With a life like yours as the source of my inspiration, I think my quill could rise to new heights.
Once we were perfect strangers, how strangely met are we.
I find I now adore you, our best has yet to be.
It seems I've longed to hold you, the truth is so.
You loved me so, they told you.
Let's not resist this ending.
Once we have kissed, pretending take no skin, this strangeness makes me care. Once we were strangers, yet now I love you perfectly.
But what of Edwin Drood? Ah, if only he could speak to us from beyond the grave. Mr. Purcell, a gentle reprise, if you will. It seems we are about to have a love song.
Dear Deputy, I've got a bargain to strike with you. You give me the passionate energy of your virginal youth, and I'll give you the expertise of my checkered past.
Oh, Miss Stuffer, I'll be the most willing student you've ever had to listen to. Feel free to drill me for my final exam.
Once we were perfect strangers, how strangely met are we.
I find I now adore you, our best has yet to be.
It seems I've longed to hold you, the truth is so.
You love me so, they told you.
Let's not resist this ending.
Once we have kissed, pretending takes no good. This strangeness makes me blue. Once we were strangers, yes, now I love you perfectly.
But what of Edwin Drood? Ah. Mr. Purcell, a gentle reprise, if you will. It seems we are about to have a love song.
Mr. Jasper, John, you were two men. One of them I saw most often and feared. The other hid behind his eyes. The pain, the anguish of a brilliant, tortured, and gentle soul. As much as I loathed the first one, I was that much drawn to the other. Mr. Jasper, John, which are you now?
Why, we are. I mean to say, I am the Jasper that loves you so the most. Come sing with me, Rosa, and together we shall be as three, as two. I mean, as one.
Once we were perfect strangers, how strangely met are we.
I find I now adore you, our best has yet to be.
It seems I've longed to hold you, fate ruled it so.
You love me so, they told you.
Let's not resist this ending.
Once we have kissed, pretending days, no sleep, this strangeness makes me care.
Once we were perfect strangers,
yet now I love you
But what of Edwin Drood? If only he could